I'm hiding on the floor in the back room again. It's fine. Hello, everybody. It's Friday again. Jeans, bless them. I'm gonna go put my socks on in a second too because that was so great last Friday. New nail color. Still already growing out. It's fine. I'm just gonna complain about a few things right now. Holy Hannah today was insane. Ugh. I don't even know where to begin right now. Okay, I am now sitting in a chair with my feet up on the table. I'm ready to tell you about today. So it's Friday. That's awesome. Fridays are kind of crazy to begin with, okay? So we take our test on Friday for our unit that we've been working on all week. And so it's a reading test. And this is only our second week taking the test. So we haven't really perfected it yet. We take it on the computers. So that's something new. So it took us an hour this week to get through the 20 questions. But my class is the only class that got through the 20 questions. So I have no room to complain here. Like nobody else even got that far into it. So first of all, there's that. Okay. Second of all, on Friday we do Fun Friday. So that takes up the last, how long did it take up today? 45 minutes of the day. So that's two things that take a huge chunk out of my day. Okay. Also on Fridays, I've been starting this thing where I do a little bit longer class meeting where we talk about things that, well, medicine, desserts, and vegetables. Medicine, things that we need to address for our personal safety or our feeling safety. Desserts, things that are going well, and vegetables that are just like, hey, we need to review this because this procedure isn't going well or something like that. So class meeting took half an hour today. That's 3 huge chunks of time. Also, because we do our literacy test, we don't teach literacy that day because we already took the test. So we don't start the new material till Monday. So I tend to do a big social studies or science project. Sorry, my tailbone. Anyway, so yeah, that also took an hour. When you add all those up, there's not many minutes left in the day, but don't worry. There's plenty of time for excitement. Here's what happened. There is a fire, a little bit south of us. It's pretty bad, okay? And I get that. It's 0% contained right now. It's bad, okay? And it's bad enough that it was where I live, which is further south than where I teach. This morning when I went out and went running, it was really smoky outside. And I was like, what is going on? Like hazy, smelled of smoke. It was a mess. So we are at school. We are getting ready. We're about 30 minutes away from going to our first outside time. And an announcement is made that the district has decided that schools are going to have inside days because the air quality is unsafe. Now here's the thing. That means we're having an inside day. No morning recess, no lunch recess, no afternoon recess. Everybody stays inside for all of that amount of time. That's at least an extra hour of kids inside instead of outside. But the real sad thing with that is our air quality at this particular school is still fine. It's the schools across the lake that are in that red danger zone. And because they're in our district, the district called an inside day, not a school. The district called it. And so our principal didn't feel like it was okay for us to go outside, even though we are in the green. Because the district called this, we need to abide by district policy, which I get. I'm glad that she's down to support that. But we had an inside day today. Let me go walk you through our schedule real fast. So the kids came in this morning and did their morning work, which was ketchup and pickles, which means any missing work that they had, they caught up on, and if they already had that all caught up on, they got to pick some activities. Then we took our test. Then we took a spelling test while they did an odd and even coloring page. And that ended up actually, because this test didn't finish until 10:30, this took until 10:45-ish. We're supposed to go out to track at 11. That's when the announcement came in that we're not going out to track. So we finished our coloring page all the way until here. So these 3 tasks took all the way until 11 o'clock this morning. At 11 o'clock when we're supposed to go out to track, we do Go Noodle because we need to get up and move. Then we did my family tree. Actually, what I had planned to do here was reading workshop, but that did not happen. So we did this. This took a whole hour between track and lunch to color these really cute family trees. We've been talking about families all over the world being same and different. So we talked about structures of our families today. Anyway, we did that. Then we went to lunch, except for we didn't went to lunch. We stayed to lunch because it was inside recess. We had inside recess, and then we went to lunch. Then after they came back from lunch, we had class meeting, and we were supposed to take like 10 minutes to do that and still have time for reading workshop. But like I said, class meeting took half an hour. So we had class meeting, and then we went to the library. So we never got to reading workshop today. And after library, we're supposed to have recess. But again, we're inside, so we stayed inside. Recess went a little long because Miss Stone needed a moment, and so she was sorting papers, and that's fine. And then we had math. Well, by the time we got to math, we had about 15 minutes left before Fun Friday started. So we talked about tens and ones. We did not do the exit ticket. We played a little bit of bingo, like literally 5 numbers in. And then it was time for Fun Friday. And I made sure that my alarm rang in time for them to do their jobs. So they did that, and then we rotated to our rooms for Fun Friday. And then I had a whole slew of new children in here. That was no good. When you have students who are not your own in here at the end of the day, it results in things like paper and crayon shavings all over the floor. I had to re-wipe down all the desks because marker got off the papers. They aren't familiar with your stacking the chairs policy, and so we had to run over that. Like, it was just mayhem. Okay, so that's how today went. Yay! And it's not over yet because I am going to go see a student in a play tonight. I'm trying to be like an involved teacher. And so I have to leave the school in 40 minutes because I cannot stay here later than that. Else I might as well just stay till the play starts at 7:30, and I should not be doing that. I need to go home and take a break. I did decide on buying myself dinner on the way home. And now that we had an inside day, like, that was divine inspiration to tell me I should buy dinner on the way home because I deserve that right now. I got no break. No break today. And I didn't even get a lunch break because I ended up having to sit here and talk to a student who had lied to me. And so I got 10 minutes to eat my lunch. So yeah, there's that. I think I might title today Fire Prison because we were imprisoned because of a fire. But I don't mean to be super whiny because honestly today actually went really well. The part that I had my students for, the end of the day stressed me out. Kids were helpful, kids were on top of things, kids were doing what they were supposed to. I mean, I'm the only class that got through the whole test. So there's that. 2 funny stories for you now before I show you a couple updates in the classroom. Okay. Funny story number 1. Yesterday, I decided for my math lesson to let the kids draw on the desks. Now, I knew this ahead of time, and I'm thinking of a couple students in my mind that I'm like, bless us, this is going to be exciting. Okay, but I'm not going to make the whole class not do it because of these 2 kids. I'll just keep an eye on them. Well, then one of the kids gets a headache. Oh, poor sweet thing. He was in a lot of pain, and I really did feel bad for him. But like in the back of my mind, I was like, yes, one kid not to worry about when we draw on our desks in a few minutes. So as I'm walking out of collaboration with my team, I tell the teacher I'm with, I'm like, oh, well, that kid went home with a headache, so I don't have to worry about him making a mess on the desk. We round the corner, and there he is. Standing at the drinking fountain is the student I was literally just talking about. First, I feel terrible. Second, I just die laughing. He's like, oh, my mom came and brought me medicine, so I'm going to be okay. And I was like, yay. And he didn't cause any problems, so it ended up being okay. And it just made me feel bad for being like that. But anyway, like, we literally rounded the corner, and there he was. And I was like, oh, hello. Also, I learned that I have talents I didn't know I had. A student brought me a broken crayon, and so I whipped out a little piece of tape and wrapped it right up, and it was great. And he just looked at it, was like, runs over to the nearest student. Oh my gosh, Miss Stone is really good at taping crayons. And I'm like, thank you very much. I'll be here all week. It's fine. I also got brought flowers twice this week. Let me show you them. I'm pretty sure they're robbing somebody's garden. Because, I mean, look, those are all roses. And those 2 which I've hung on the wall are also, yeah. Anyway, you know, it's the thought that counts. Okay, as promised, really fast, a couple classroom updates. So, last week on Friday, I reorganized guided reading, so let me show you what it looks like. So I moved my set of drawers over here, and in this drawer we have comprehension, activities, and papers. In in this drawer we have all my phonics activities. They're just stuck inside these little folders, but I just got stuck. And then this top drawer has whiteboards and markers. And then I went to the Dollar Tree and bought buckets. Luckily I switched down to 5 groups instead of 6 because now I have room for each bucket. Very temporary labels on them, but it's fine. Those are where I keep the books that we're working on. And then, let's see, this is for our rotations. This is more guided reading type stuff. I have like slinkies and rubber bands for stretching out words. These are my games and manipulatives. And once I inflate those are like comprehension and question type things. And then we got our turn-in baskets still. I made it fit so that my home reader crate can slide up there instead of being constantly on the floor. So because I switched to 5 groups, I just don't use that bottom rotation pocket on my rotations. And I finally came up with a system that works for that. So that's awesome. So the other update I made, and I am standing far away so you can't see people's names. So there's a file folder for every student in there. That's their student mailboxes, and then the 3 red ones in the back are for my team teachers. And so when we do rotations, I can put their students' work in there and return it to them instead of their students carrying stuff all over. Right now I'm currently putting new homework and spelling lists in their folders to go in their crates. I believe those are the only 2 changes that I've made. Oh, I did want to show you this because I finally started putting these up on the board. This is our what we're working on right now. So last year we decided to do it in this format. We are learning to so that we can, here's the steps to success. So we're identifying the place and values and numbers so that we can work with big numbers. This is what we're doing and why we're doing it because it gives the kids the why behind it. And then the steps to success are more like your individual lessons. So I can identify the 1s and the 10s. I know how to make a group of 10. And so each time we pass off one of those, this gives the kids a very detailed list of what exactly they have to do in order to say that they can do this. So that's cool too. So last week when I filmed, I told you that I was going to walk you through how I set up for Friday. And I forgot half the time I was filming that I was filming and showing you things. And so I didn't show you anything. So I'm going to show you the focus wall change out right now. It's really not that exciting, but in case you were wondering how it goes. So I did show you last week that I use, hard to show with one hand, these layouts from the teacher's guide. I linked it in my last video, so if you want to see that, you can just go back to that last video and grab that. So I'm just going to show you really fast what I do. So we have week 3 next week. To pull off my sticky notes from last year. It's fine. Okay, so I just find the page that says week 3 on it. This is the page. And then I use this to change out all of this. So here that goes. Anyway, that's how my Friday went. I've been trapped inside with 22 crazy kids, and at the end of the day, more than 22 crazy kids. However, we survived. We thrived. We're doing great. 2nd grade is going awesome, guys. Really, truly, it's finally starting to go really, really well, and I'm super excited about it. Now, if I can remember to go to my safety watch, ever, then I think we'll be doing pretty good for ourselves. Anyway, peace out from Fire Prison. See you next time.